morning, everyone. We have three items today. The main ones, it's Ukraine, second Georgia and Middle East. So on Ukraine, Europe has to stop dragging its feet. We have to proceed with sanctions and then further support to Ukraine. After yesterday's announcements, we see that there is still leadership from United States, and we have to also to gather ourselves and do the same. To adopt the 18th package with oil price cap in it being lowered and start preparing 19th package already, because it's not done yet and we have to proceed further because we see that our current measures are not working yet, and we have to synchronize ourselves with Americans and with their timeline. We see that we're still in a dance for two with United States. Not such an elegant way, but not well rehearsed. But we are still working, and we have to invest into it. So looking forward to discussions how we will proceed. On Repower Europe, I see that the deadline that was given by President Trump to Putin in 50 days to agree to the ceasefire, or there will be secondary sanctions, as the signal for Europe to prepare ourselves, because we still have some member states that are exposed to imports of oil and oil products from Russia. So that's why we have to increase the speed for the Repower Europe and to stop importing oil before the secondary sanctions from United States will reach Europe. So that's number one. Number two, on Georgia, we see that situation is further deteriorating. Our lack of actions also put additional stimulus into it. That's why we have to react now, and we have to prepare for the sanctions for everyone who was involved into the political into the efforts to put the political opposition leaders into prison. We saw those big cases that were introduced against them. That is absolutely unacceptable, and from our side we have to react with further sanctions, with further pressure on the regime, with political isolation, also with the increased support for civil society. We still see that the absolute majority of Georgian people want to be the part of European Union. I see in my society that more than 60% of Lithuanian people want Georgia to be part of European Union, and there are commitments from both sides. So there are commitments from Georgia to fulfill the human rights standard, and there is commitment from European nations to support Georgia in its path. So this is how we should proceed.
There may be agreement on the 18th package today, but so far the sanctions have not changed Putin's behavior. Why is that the case?
We see how it works, and we saw not once, and it was the day in May, before the May 9th, when E3 plus leaders were in Kiev, and when there were announcements from United States about the upcoming sanctions package, when Putin had to react. That was the moment when Europe, together with the United States, we had the momentum in our hands. We had the initiative in our hands. So this is the proof that those sanctions that are prepared in the United States, and especially with secondary effects to everyone who is buying energy resources from Russia, that was something that Putin listened to. So this is how we have to proceed. And I don't take as the argument that current sanctions are not working. They are working. We have all the data showing how much the costs increase for Russia to keep importing the materials that they need for the defense industry. So they are working, they are effective. Whether they have changed the political calculus of Putin, whether they have changed the very aggression of Putin, not yet, but there is the reason why we have continued to do this.
How bad is it if there is no political agreement today on the 18th sanctions package? What kind of message does it send?
That we're lagging behind, and I doubt that this will be the case. I still think that those countries that are opposing for different reasons than there are ones in the sanctions, for some other packages, that they stop doing this disruptive and destructive practice, and we will proceed further because it's too important. It's too important for whole the Europe. So I'm really optimistic. Thank you. To Ukraine, after yesterday's announcements, we see that they have to proceed further, because we see that our current measures are not sanctions as the signal for Europe to prepare ourselves, because we still have some into the political, into the efforts to put